Hello people and welcome to episode 2 of Trash Talk.
Ireland's number one bi-weekly Joe's Bizarre Adventure podcast. We hope.
Well, we got pretty good views last time.
Yeah.
Like, surprisingly good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all gonna go down the fucking toilet.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, this week is, I don't know why they didn't translate Janken to rock, paper, scissors.
Because no, it's the same in like a lot of things. Like in Hunter x Hunter, they don't translate it.
Yeah, the fan translations translated it. So it was weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there a reason? Like, because they don't seem to be different at all.
I think it's slightly different because we're here we do rock, paper, scissors, and some people say shoot. Then they're in Janken. I think in some versions they're like first comes rock, paper, whatever they do. But like it's still like to the point where like anyone can pick it up.
Yeah. It's Janken Boy is coming, or as the fan translation called it, or PS Kid is coming. Yeah, that's a fitting 100th episode for JoJo, isn't it?
Was this the 100th?
Yep.
God damn it.
Yeah. It's all.
I've watched 100.
I was about to say it's all downhill from here, but actually it might be. Well, no, it's all downhill from a few weeks ago. It would even if like the rest of the series was all on this level, it would be all downhill from a few weeks ago. Well, I think part 5 of the anime is going to be wonderful, much better than the manga, but who knows? That'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a Rohan episode, and you get more of those later, and that's a very good thing because Rohan's probably my favorite character in Diamond is Unbreakable, I'd say.
I'm not a huge fan.
It's things like this episode because
is this the first episode where we see like whatever his stand's called? I forget.
Heaven's Door?
Yeah, is that the one?
No,
is that the first time? No, is this the first time we see its corporeal form?
Didn't we see it in Rohan's Adventure with Reidy? You know, that whole...
Did we?
That whole thing?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did.
It's just more fully formed here. I think it was like it was just the lines there and it's colored now. Yeah, Heaven's Door is a great design. It's one of my favorite stands.
It's really OP.
Yeah, totally. Like, by far, I'd say ignoring time stands the most, even more than some time stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, this episode, it's back to filler. We're back to filler for a while, but it's all very good filler. Next episode is some of my favorite filler, in fact.
What's the next episode?
I Am an Alien.
I'm just trying to imagine what that is with JoJo.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
My prediction is it's either...
Some more Rohan. A little more Rohan.
My prediction is either it's an actual alien, or because it's JoJo and it's Japan, it could just be a foreign guy.
Well, no, his name is Mikitaka. Mikitaka. Yeah. I fucked up on the pronunciation, but whatever. And we'll have what's-his-face, Kurt Russell, in the comments. Oh, that guy was persistent. Jesus.
I think he might be subscribed.
Cool. Hey,
I'm
Kurt,
sure.
how are
I could be
you?
wrong.
I don't think he is.
Can I check?
If you're listening, Kurt, we love you. Don't worry. It's all good.
Speaking of
Main-
which, I would like to brag briefly that my um that my new Animu thing is already up to like 210 views.
Bravo. Back to this more important matter. Yeah, no, good episode. Butch Man, I'd forgotten how the stand looked. It's a pretty nice looking stand.
Which
How
one?
stands go. Butch Man,
Oh yeah.
the kid's stand, yeah. And that is one of the best copyright safe names, I think.
Yeah.
Boy Man, yeah, that's... Fuck it, good job, guys. Bravo. I've been playing a lot of All-Star Battle today because I'm working on something. At your insistence. I
Well,
that'll
to be
that'll
fair,
be up
no,
soon.
don't bother at this point. Christian saved your ass.
I'm still Kevin. I'm playing All Star Battle. I'm not just gonna do that for no fucking reason. Okay. It's a bad game, and I kind of well actually I'm still gonna get the platinum. Like right after I finish this, I'm just gonna fucking finish that up. And it's an easy platinum. Like really, you just finish the story mode and that's it. The only thing stopping me from doing it sooner was the fact that I hadn't finished Steel Ball Run or Stone Ocean or Ventivorio when I bought it. So that was kind of a problem at the time, just a little bit. But I've actually realized that the game kind of puts everything that isn't parts 3 and 4 on the wayside, because yeah, the story it's broken up into specific episodes, which is just fights. So part 1 has I'm pretty sure it just has Jonathan versus Zappelli, Zappelli versus Jonathan, Zappelli versus Dio, Jonathan versus Dio, and it's with fucking flavor text in between. And it sort of loses a bit because in some parts they didn't really adapt any characters. For example, in part 6, it's 3 fights, all Jolene versus the main villain. Every single one of them. Which is kind of dumb. And I think part 5 is 3 fights, 2 of which are against the main villain. 3 and 4 are fine. 2 is good enough. Also, the game doesn't play good. It's like the control scheme is like it's a fast game, like a Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah.
But it's really fucking slow, like unbelievably so. Like you finish one round, it's like, oh, the match is over. No, it isn't. You got 2 more fucking rounds. It's a bad game. Speaking of JoJo and bad, something that isn't, Steel Ball Run. Finish that. That was... Ooh.
Wacky races.
So, okay. You know how part 2 feels like such a giant step above part 1?
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the same applies with 3 and 4. 7 feels like that for the whole series up to that point. Genuinely. Every stand is the weird ones. Like, the main... I don't even know how to describe the main character stand to you, because it's a weird one. It's not just a punch ghost, like... Because while Jolene's main stand is string, she's like Jotaro if he was Spider-Man, I guess. But it is still just a punch ghost. It's just that it can also do stringy stuff. And Giorno is the same sort of deal. He's got a punch ghost that can turn any inanimate object into a living thing, which is probably the best main character stand in the... Well, no, I think Crazy Diamond is the like best story wise to use, because
Yeah.
that's just because
Yeah.
they still have Giorno do that, do the whole healing thing, but a bit clumsier. Like he'll like, oh, here's a brick. I'm turning it into one of your organs. And
What?
yeah, no, Giorno heals people by like just making new organs for them. Part 5's weird. It's also
I'm
barely
getting that.
yeah. It's also barely connected to the rest of it. Like it is the most inconsequential part. Well, maybe is part 2 pretty. Part 2 kind of.
Is it
It has the least connection to any of the other parts.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
part two still has
no,
all the stone
not
mask
really.
stuff.
no. Yeah, as in, cause
No, I'm saying part 5 is the most disconnected,
yeah.
and then part 6 just jumps right back in there, and Speedwagon Foundation, Jotaro, all that.
No, but yeah, but like part 2,
Mm.
like the
Yeah,
a
it still
lot
has
of the
Aaron
a lot
and
of the
Speedwagon.
start of it. A lot of the start is like disconnected, but then later
Part-
it's like
Yeah, part 2 is the strongest, like, pure sequel, I think, in the series.
yeah.
Maybe... No, I don't count part 4 as a pure sequel. But I'd count part 6 more as a sequel to 3 than I would 4. And yeah, I think to rank them now, it goes 7, 4, 2, 6, 5, 3, 1. I think that's... Yeah. I'd say that. Like, 2, 4, and 7 are on another level. And then 6 I just really liked. It has a lot of problems, like, especially through the start, but it ends so strongly that it's all okay.
Like
Part 5, I
Stardust
think...
Crusade- part 3 is like good if you look at individual parts of it.
Yeah,
Then
part,
kind of when
part
you
3
look at-
is good. Part 3 is good when you're watching it, and then you think
Yeah,
about
but
it
then
for a
when you
second, it's
look-
like, eh.
Yeah.
And I still like it. I still like part 1, you know?
I don't really like part 1.
I do. Because, like, especially if
on.
you... I was reading today about how ballsy part 1 was on Araki's part back then.
What?
Because, like... No, because, A, Jonathan dying, that was pretty unheard of in fucking 80s manga. Also, just having a main character with an English name,
Yeah.
which is clearly why the series didn't catch on until Stardust.
Yeah.
Then, apparently having a character with a mustache was a thing that was frowned upon in 80s manga. You know, Baron Will A. Zeppeli breaking down walls. I don't know. But it's... Yeah, they're all good. I like them all. I like some of them more than others. Because, you know, fuck Stardust Crusaders.
Araki once said that, no, but like once Araki admitted that like Jonathan was like, or not, yeah, Jonathan. I keep getting Jonathan and Joseph mixed up name-wise. Part
Yeah.
1's protagonist. He admitted that he was like too safe of a protagonist, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, he is.
Yeah, he is,
I like that character sometimes. That kind of character sometimes. Like, I'm someone who, like, has a bunch of thoughts about Superman because he is, when written well, just this amazing
also because you watch
tool.
too much Max Landis.
That's a few times. Not too much. Like, I don't go. No. Yes, Superman's an interesting character because Jonathan less so because you're only with him for such a short time. But you know, there's just something. There is something entertaining about just the vanilla, nice, strong guy protagonist, and
Obviously,
Jonathan's that.
well, clearly there is because like Captain America is so popular.
Yeah. And it's done by taking that sort of character and putting them in a world where everything's like, fuck you, and he goes, no. And that's part one, basically, until eventually he goes, fuck you, and he's like, okay, this is good, Dio. We're okay. And part 7 is a redux of part 1 in some ways, and I really like that because it takes a lot of stuff from part 1 and is like, oh, cool, that's great. And like reintegrates it in really interesting ways, and it's great. I really like Stillborn. Now, back to the episode at hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back on that, 15-minute long tangent.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't a tangent, because we're still talking about I wanted to talk about that. I set out to talk about that. It's just that we have to go back to the episode now. It was pretty good. It's not the best, not the worst. It's a pretty standard weekly stand fight, you know?
Mm.
It gave us a bit of Rohan development, because Rohan's an ass. And that's why he's a good character, because...
And he was wearing a belly top.
He was.
I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, and he had giant jorts.
Yeah. Wait,
I think
what are jorts? I don't even know what they
jean
are.
shorts. Jean shorts.
God damn it.
Yeah, Rohan's huge jorts. It's you know, part 4 is in a weird... There's not much to talk about there, because it's just, back to weekly stand battles, eh? Because there wasn't really much plot there. It's going to be a little bit of plot next week, I think. Hopefully, if David don't do anything weird. And, you know...
Can I just talk about
we'll be back in
how
there.
weird I find it that David Production got to do JoJo?
Well,
Because they've done
yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah, maybe... Were they set up explicitly for JoJo, though?
Probably.
Like, maybe that was the...
But they've done nothing else, and JoJo's this huge prolific thing.
Yeah. It could just be that no one else wanted to do it, because JoJo has been adapted twice before, with the 90s OVA, which looks good, but it doesn't look like JoJo.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of a problem for a lot of people. And then you have the Phantom Blood movie. The less is said about which, the better. There's 15 minutes of it online. I think with no dialogue, though. There's 15 minutes of it online. That's all you'll find. You won't find a torrent of it.
Have you seen it?
There was no dialogue, so I didn't bother. It had the music, but not the dialogue. So it was a silent film, Phantom Blood, only the first 15 minutes. But based on what I know, I want to say that cuts the Bruford and Tarkus fight, which is kind of like a third of part 1. And it also cuts Speedwagon.
How do you cut Speedwagon?
Who knows? Who knows? Because someone pointed this out to me once, and it's great because Speedwagon is a mirror of Dio.
Is he?
Dio had an act of kindness given to him by the Joestars and spent the entire time trying to get one up on that. Like going, fuck you, Joestars, I'm just using you. Whereas Speedwagon is dealt kindly by the Joestars, and he spends the rest of his life dedicated to paying that back. Going so far as to never score in the process. Poor Speedwagon. Gave up so much. And that's why taking Speedwagon out is a dumb thing to do. Like disregarding all the Speedwagon memes of, it's still dumb to take him out.
Yeah.
Because he's there for a reason. And that also means they basically couldn't go any further with battle tendency or anything, because none of that happens without Speedwagon. you would probably be better off cutting Zeppeli than you would be cutting Speedwagon.
Yeah, you could just have like Speedwagon teach him Haman. Because like Zeppeli doesn't.
I checked. Apparently, in the manga, there was a thing that it was cut in the anime, but there's a scene in the manga. I don't remember if it was in the anime, but I think it was cut where Speedwagon and Zeppeli get in an argument, and Zeppeli tries to give Speedwagon Haman, and it doesn't work, obviously.
Oh yeah, Speedwagon can't use Haman, can he?
No, Speedwagon can't do anything.
He had that cool like hat thing.
Yeah, he did, and then he never used it again because he kept having to buy new hats. Yeah, part one's good. I like it. Not as much as everything else, but I still like it. Which is similar to this episode. I still like it.
Yeah.
Not quite as much as what's coming or what's gone. Yeah, that seems a good enough place to take our break.
Yeah, so come back.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a couple
And
of
I will
seconds.
leave you on random George Joestar fact of the week. In the legendary light novel produced for the 25th anniversary of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, George Joestar, the Yoshikage Kira ends up meeting Lisa, and he falls so desperately in love with her that he renames himself Kira.
I'm sorry, what?
He renames himself Kira
God.
because he loves Lisa so much.
It hurts how stupid it is.
Yeah, a lot of it's like that. An
I kind
awful
of
lot.
just
Yeah.
I kind of just imagine like Araki reading this and being like, "Yeah, that seems good."
I mean, he did art in it, so he couldn't have hated. He liked it more than the Phantom Blood movie. That's the legend that Phantom Blood movie never came out on DVD because Araki hated it. Just a legend, though. See you after the break.
So yeah. So welcome back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the second half of Crash Challenge.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was an episode. It was a decent episode. Yeah.
What was it called again? The Alien.
I am an alien. Which, yeah, the classic Araki quote on this episode, on this arc is, "Within the worldview of JoJo's, aliens are just barely acceptable." Which is, that's, yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, I've looked at George Joestar. I had a chat with that about someone, and I just kept telling them things, and they were like, "What? What?" Like, for example, George Joestar effect of the half. I'm gonna run out of them at this rate. Mario grows legs, just starts walking around
As in the town.
the town. He grows legs.
So
It just
it
breaks
got
off from
even
Japan
more
and stuff.
crazy and bizarre.
Yeah. I don't know about noisy. I feel like with legs that big, it would be. You know?
I would assume it would be very noisy.
And then it crashes into the island from part 5. Which also starts moving. But we will come to that at a later date. Actually,
do they have like a Godzilla type fight?
No, the other island doesn't have legs. It's just moving.
Just floating around.
Yeah.
Also,
No,
what kind of legs
no
are we
legs are-
talking here? Like slender
I don't know.
woman legs, like
I-
muscular man legs?
I feel like just like spindly insect legs is what I visualize, because it is a light novel. I don't know if there's an image of Mario growing legs. I'll check.
Yeah.
Mario
Gross.
legs.
There's probably gonna be something
yeah.
very different.
from Steel Boron universe, Kira. You know, actually, no, he's still into hands. Oh, okay. They're big, thick legs, like just mounds of earth that are legs.
Oh, right, so they're just earth made out of legs, not like flesh and bone legs.
They look kind of like Okuyasu's dad, like skin-wise. It's not colored, but that's how it looks to me. Yeah. Speaking of part 5, that OP kind of confirmed it, and that OP also happened.
Part 5.
Yeah, it did. There's a little sign that says Golden Wind 2001.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because I was watching it on YouTube again like 20 minutes ago, and there was just these obnoxious like annotations like "look at that Kira sweetness" or like part 5 confirmed.
Yeah. Were there any spoilers there? Keep away from those, Kevin. I need you pure for this. But yeah, it's a good OP. It shows what's coming well enough, and all of what is coming is good. I said earlier, I said after Sheer Heart Attack, there was only one fight I didn't like after that. And having gone back and looked at that fight again, I actually do like it. So, it's all good. It's all good from here.
Yeah, like, part 4 consistently has the best OPs.
Yeah.
Like,
I've seen a few people on my Twitter being like, this is the worst JoJo OP.
Well, no.
Like, multiple
OPs were worse.
I like the second one a lot. I realize that musically it kind of doesn't work, but I like the lyrics enough that it turns around. I like the lyrics and visuals. I get that, like, musically it's just sort of narration set to music, but yeah, it looks nice. It looks really nice. I would say it looks nicer than most of the CG openings. Yeah. And it ticks all the boxes of, hey, here's the stand users that are coming up, guys.
Yeah, also, like, I hadn't really thought of it. I always just assumed, like, Rohan, this kind of just confirms that he's the main character. I thought he was just going to be, like, a side character.
No, from here he is a main character.
Yeah, but from now
like,
he seems to be a main character.
Yeah, for, like, the rest of... It's pretty heavy on Rohan from here. This week has some Rohan in it. Next week's got a fair bit of Rohan. After that, from here there are 3, like, just full Rohan arcs, I think. And last week, obviously.
Yeah, in my head, Rohan's name is always just Ronan.
Yeah, sure.
Ronan Kisebe.
Yeah, he's Ronan Keating's, like... Yeah, he's just the Ronan Keating of the JoJo universe.
Excuse me while I totally don't Google who Ronan Keating is. Oh, him. He's the Westlife guy.
Yeah. That episode was okay. It has precious little alien boy. He's an alien, guys. There's debate. There has been fevered debate for years over whether or not he is an alien.
Yeah, because I was like, for half of it, like, that's not how stands work.
Yeah, because, like, he still has a stand name.
Yeah, it has a stand name. But
yeah, it's Earth, Wind, and Fire. But Terra Ventus is a very good copyright safe name. It's one of the best ones.
Terra Ventus, yeah.
Up there with
I take it that's Earth, Wind, and Fire just in Latin.
It's Earth and Wind in Latin. They forgot the fire part. That's the one knock against it. You've got the classics, you know, like Shining Diamond is good because it sticks to the same song. You know, what else is there? Fucking Zenyatta Mondada is actually 2 separate characters in Steel Ball Run. Zenyatta Mondada is a character in Steel Ball Run, completely unrelated to Oingo and Boingo, and they just happened to make the copyright safe name that. So
Oingo.
great,
I hate
great job,
Oingo.
guys.
Were they were filler, weren't they?
Totally. I think the start of the Egypt arc is real weak, but then the rest of it is without doubt the best part of Stardust Crusaders. So like after Anubis, it's pretty much all good, and like yeah, it's good in Stardust Crusaders. It's good in the moment. It's not when you look back on it. Though I do know some people who look back on it and go, "Hey, that's great. This is."
No, when I look back at it, I like it.
Yeah, I like it, but like I know people anime onlys. I'm not saying anything about anime onlys. I mean,
I mean, you're doing a podcast with one.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm not sure I like this Diamond Unbreakable thing. The art style is, and like, yeah, I get it, quality shots, but whatever. Fucking, it's hard to animate things that are far away. Like, just get used to it. Actually, no, this episode had the opposite of that. They had one that was really close up, and it's pretty great. It was Kasaku's face when Shinobi walks in and is like, "Hey, what are you doing?" That was weird. That's a scene. It's a good. I like all of that Kira Kawajiri stuff. This is one of the weaker chapters of that.
I thought it was
because like it is just
okay, but like the whole thing where like the nails growing gives him like the urge to kill was kind of dumb.
That's always been that's the whole thing about the nails thing.
Yeah, like
because it's just like okay.
I was glad that they didn't just make it so that like he had
his fortune telling thing is that if the nails are growing, he'll get away with it. That's what he's thinking. That's his frame of mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was good that they didn't.
I don't remember it being that literal in the manga at all.
I think it was good that
maybe it was.
I think it was good that they didn't just leave it to be like he had this really weird thing where he just collected nails.
But
yeah, if it's a case of like he gets away with it when the nails grow, that's kind of then it calls into question like how many people have he killed.
I love the arc of Kira accidentally just seducing Shinobu better than Kasaku ever did. Which, yeah, it's a silly arc. I like it. And then that kind of it doesn't end well. What was I? There was some other stuff. That OP was pretty good. We talked about that already a bit. Yeah, fucking just going in circles here.
Hold on, let me open this up again. Open it up again. But like, yeah, it was pretty good.
It might be my favorite. Maybe.
No, it's not my favorite.
No,
it's definitely not my favorite.
It might be mine. Because yeah, it in the way that Sonchi no Kyoku does, it just embodies that like period of the story so well. I think Chase does it too, but yeah, it is the weird thing because like with Chase, I looked at Chase and went, oh, that's people complaining about Chase was anime onlys who like didn't realize this is the way the story is going and that fits. And I guess that is kind of David's fault for putting it in too early because it's for like 6 episodes. But but this one, like I'm seeing people who like I saw talking about JoJo way before I like even hit play on the first episode of Day of the Invader. Just hit play on Day of the Invader, not first episode of Day of the Invader. I'm talking about Jesus. And I don't really like this. I think it's by far the worst. And no, I mean, Stand Proud exists.
Yeah. I actually prefer Stand Proud to Sonochi no Kyoku.
Oh, I have nothing against Stand Proud. It's just it's a 9 and the rest are 10s. Except Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town. That's also a 9. But it's like a
What?
high
That's
9.
That's like Crazy Noisy Return is like my favorite one.
Second last, but, you know, in a group of 10s.
Well, your opinion is wrong. That's how that works. Your opinion is wrong.
Yeah. Speaking of wrong, over this week, the big elephant in the room is that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, Chapter 1, is coming to cinemas in summer 2017, directed by Takashi Miike, who's apparently quite good, and I meant to watch one of his films before we recorded this, and I completely forgot about that, actually. Great.
That's actually like a pretty small time frame when you think about it.
Apparently the entire Japanese film industry is like that,
Alright.
from what I've heard. It's just here to there.
Well, not with anime. I know anime films take
And,
a long time.
Okay.
Still waiting on the next Evangelion.
So it is chapter 1. It is chapter 1, and the people they've cast so far is obviously
What do you
Josuke
mean it's
Okiyasu
chapter one?
Koichi.
What do you mean?
It's a series.
Oh, right.
It's a series. Yeah. So the people they've cast for this movie, I'm just trying to predict what this will be. They've cast Josuke, obviously, Okiyasu Koichi, Jotaro, and Josuke's family. And then, the important parts, Angelo, yeah, sure. That's like, it's not a great fight, but it's the first one, so you kind of can't cut it. Then Keicho, which you also can't really cut.
I'm really bad with the names, so you'll have
Keicho is Okiyasu's brother. Angelo is
the
water guy. Rain stand.
Yeah, you can't really cut Angelo or Okiyasu's brother.
Then Yukiko, and I think that's it. Which means I think we're getting
up to the Yukiko stuff.
I think this will end at Jotaro meeting the Speedwagon guy about Joseph coming in. Because they haven't cast
that would
Red
make
Hot Chili
sense.
Peppers.
Yeah, that would.
But that also, I think, means...
It
Yeah,
could
but here's
either
my
be-
predictions, though.
Yeah, it could either be that,
That
or
means... That means we're getting... the lock is getting cut, I think. Which means, like, Koichi's... I think Koichi will either just go into... Koichi might just go into Act 1 in... with Okiyasu's brother. Like, just straight when he might skip the egg. I don't know. Because the lock that Tanori hasn't been cast. So that kind of makes me think that won't be there. And Hazumada, who was Surface, you know, the like art art reference thing. Like he had the fake Josuke. I think that'll be cut as well, which makes sense because that doesn't really add anything. It's a fun fight, but that is one you would cut. Yukiko is another one you can't cut Yukiko, and they haven't because
she's like a
Cinderella. She isn't the main character. I don't know why she's so prominently in this OP.
She's not a main character.
She doesn't really do anything for the rest of the series.
Yeah, she's not a main
so I don't know. I know, but like I'm looking at that new OP and like she doesn't really do anything for the rest of the series. Why is she in this so much?
Like she's not a main character, but she's an important one. Like,
yeah, she's important because you have to have her
and Koichi's development.
You need to have Cinderella for New Phase, obviously. And like I'm just thinking, up to this point, what fights do you cut? What fights do you not cut?
My prediction is that the second... I kind of forget the time frame, but my prediction for the second film would be Joseph coming in, Old Man Joseph coming in.
Yeah, at the start, yeah. And then just get the Chili Pepper fight straight out. And then maybe end that on Quiet Life, maybe. And then open on. I'm thinking 3 movies. First one is There to There, then There to Quiet Life, and then. Oh no! Would you go? Maybe 4 actually.
Yeah.
Well, no, because you can't just have a movie of straight sheer heart attack.
Yeah.
Because my idea was go for the Kosaku cliffhanger, but no, because that would just mean him. I don't know how that pacing works out.
No.
The important thing is Iraqi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking you cut a lot in the second movie, because a lot of that is just Rat gets cut definitely, because that's kind of the worst fight in part 4. No matter it looks real nice in the anime, but that's just because the lighting. It doesn't have that going for it in the manga, and it won't have that going for it in the movie either, because it'll be live action, obviously. And speaking of the casting, it's fine. It's a good Jotaro. It's a good Yukiko. Keiichi looks a little weird.
Have you researched these actors?
I have not. I've researched. The guy who's playing Josuke is in the Death Note TV series. I know that much. That's all I know. Yeah, that's all I know. He's in the live-action Death Note TV series. That's all I know. What was I fucking? Okay, movie 2. I haven't actually thought through who would. So you keep Shigechi, keep Chili Pepper. Do you keep the baby?
No, hold on.
Do you keep the baby?
You could have that.
I say keep the baby.
Yeah, you could have that as a small B plot. My idea would be Shigechi's death be the cliffhanger for part 2.
But then you have Kosaku's thing in the first hour of the movie.
Shit, yeah.
Which would be weird. I don't know. That doesn't work with pacing for me. Because I feel like that has to be the end of one of them. And that pacing doesn't really work out with how it's going.
They could.
I don't know.
They could sort of mix Chili Pepper to get Chili Pepper. They could. I don't know.
Because Kira hasn't been cast, and neither has Chili Pepper. Chili Pepper should be in this movie, though.
Yeah, Chili Pepper
because
would at the very least be in it. If not, he would be the main.
And before we get someone commenting, we know his name is Red Hot Chili Pepper. It's just quicker to say Chili Pepper. I'm not being some Crunchyroll subs guy. No, it's just quicker to say.
I think what they could do. Well, it depends how long the movie is. What they could do is they could do the Angelo and Okuyasu stuff in Act 1 and sort of use.
So what if we cut Okuyasu?
They could use that.
I still can't believe they would actually do that in the Phantom Blood movie. They really cut Speedwagon.
Cut Speedwagon. He's.
The thing is, if they were planning to make that movie a series, they couldn't because no Speedwagon, and the rest of the series kind of doesn't work. Part 2 most blatantly doesn't work with Speedwagon. Part 3, the entire time, it's called Speedwagon. Part 4 less so. They're just sort of there.
Yeah. In part 3,
5, they just sort of show
you could just have
at
it.
the start.
In part 3, you could just have it that it's Joseph's company. But
Joseph doesn't have a company though. He's
know,
just a real estate agent who happens to be in charge of the Speedwagon Foundation.
Yeah, but you could change it so that he does. But, yeah, part 2 doesn't really work with Speedwagon.
Yeah, still, my ideal of JoJo movies is just Edgar Wright trilogy, Phantom Blood, and Battle Tendency. End Battle Tendency at the SUDC fight, like the first one of those, and that's perfection right there. You can do that. That's good.
I think you could probably
It
do
was a freebie,
part
Hollywood.
2 in one movie. Part 1 and part 2 you could probably
Yeah, no,
do
but
in one
I
movie.
don't know. I feel
Because like there's a lot of
can you
bullshit
cut
with
much from
Hamon.
part 2?
Because there's a lot of bullshit with Hamon
Yeah.
in part 1.
Yeah, in part
and
2
and
you
could
should
speed up the
part 2 you want to cut.
the.
Part 2 you want to cut most of the training scenes because they're not actually that good.
I like the training scenes. But,
I know. And it does build the relationship with Caesar, but
but like what you could do is
just making a montage.
Yeah, or like the part where, which one is it? Wham or?
I also just in general would trust the West. In general, I would just trust the West way more than the JoJo movie than I would the Japanese film industry, because they're kind of terrible at special effects. And Diamond is Unbreakable is the one that they would be best suited at, because it is the one with the least non-Japanese people in it. It's basically just Joseph and Tonio. Maybe that's why Tonio's getting cut, because Tonio's totally getting cut.
Wait.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
No,
I got confused for a second.
Tonio's not on that cast list.
Yeah.
I think Tonio's getting cut.
Who's Tonio again?
Which is annoying, because the chef.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
Which is sad. I'd love to see that in live action. He's not on the cast list, and if that movie goes up to where I think it would, which would make sense, unless it just goes straight in and just does the chili pepper fight, in which case Tonio's getting super cut. You know one weird thing? What? That movie is not filming in Japan. It's filming in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it... I don't know if it'd be cheaper. That doesn't... I mean...
Well, Mario could really be placed anywhere, with the exception of like the names of stuff. Mario could really be anywhere, because it doesn't look distinctly Japanese.
Yeah, like not in the same way like Inaba in Persona 4 does, because that's just like there's a specific look to like backwater Japanese towns, and it's in Persona 4 they just like, so instead of doing any actual design on the town, they just went, hey, let's do those. It's like I say Mario is like, no it isn't. What can you? Mario, it's pretty big. Like you watch the teaser and it's like Mario population 5,000 or some shit like that. I'm like, yeah, oh, huh. Weird. And you see giant shots of the map, and it's pretty big. I don't know. It's weird. Bizarre, perhaps. It could be good, maybe. I kind of doubt it, because Japan isn't very good at special effects. Unless it's Godzilla. Godzilla apparently was a pretty good looking movie. Apparently it's not a very good movie. I read that. Yeah. Didn't Naruto end? Like the anime?
I don't think the anime ended.
Yeah.
The anime is not going to end for ages, because it's just been filming non-stop for years.
Oh. I heard it was ending. I heard it was ending.
No, I think it finished.
I know the manga.
I think it's close to finishing the main storyline of the manga.
And then welcome to Boruto, fuckers. Naruto is just the funniest fucking name. Like I was listening to the Giant Beastcast today, and they read a new Naruto game, guys, and it's like, oh, really? Isn't that? I don't care. It's called Road to Boruto, and then they just laughed for like a minute straight.
Like,
it's
I haven't
silly,
seen the movie, but I've read the 10-chapter anime. I mean, 10 chapter like epilogue manga, and I've been keeping up with the new Boruto manga. It's not that good.
Why? But why? But
Cause
yeah, why?
Because I'm just like nostalgic for Naruto.
Oh,
Not nostalgic, but like
Why-
it has
why?
a special place in my heart because how I got into anime.
oh. I mean, I'm not nostalgic for Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, I kind of am a little bit, but like not to the point where I'm doing anything with that. I'm just like, hey, remember that? Remember how you fucking hated it by the end? Yeah. Basically, I got to Yu-Gi-Oh! Part 5, and then I was like, no, fuck this. Ugh.
Wait, how far did
that's
you
the difference.
watch?
I got through... What? GX?
How-
No, I've been over this. I feel like on the other podcast, it's the dual zombies arc. There was a
Yeah,
fucking...
no, yeah.
in GX.
No,
GX
yeah,
was the
okay,
thing.
yeah, but you said part 5, so I was like,
And... No,
Sure.
I'm joking. I'm saying it is the part 5 of... No, but I joke. Part 5 feels like a slum, but it'll be fine once the translation's better. And of course, I feel like it's gonna be better animated. But like Yu-Gi-Oh! That was the first thing I ever looked at and went, "Hey, I don't like this anymore. I used to, huh?" Which was weird. That was weird. I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I didn't.
you liked it until you, yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, it did go downhill. GX definitely did go downhill.
Yeah. I read the
5Ds
last
was
season.
pretty. 5Ds was good for a while. It was good.
I watched like one episode of 5Ds and never managed to catch any others, and I was like, this seems like something. I haven't even tried to watch the other one. Well, like I've seen the original because like I would see DVDs of it as a kid and go, "Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, cool, I like that."
Wait, you found Yu-Gi-Oh DVDs?
Yeah.
What kind of fairy tale land were you in? Where you could find anime?
They were like
DVDs?
random volumes. It would be like three episodes.
Yeah. Like I'd be able to find random like manga volumes from the original series. Like on my shelf right now.
I remember.
I have the first volume, the 17th volume.
No, 'cause I was-
and
oh,
then
what
the
was it that I was
first
reading about?
GX one.
Yeah, did the last season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of GX not get dubbed?
No.
I think I read that.
Yeah, it didn't.
Huh.
The last season never got dubbed. And like people
Weird.
really wanted to see it because it had a fight between Jaden and Yugi.
Oh, huh?
Not a fight,
That's
but
dumb.
a duel.
Fucking. Sure, whatever. Yu-Gi-Oh! Broke my heart as a wee child.
As a wee
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is the reason. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is the reason I have these hateful feelings towards anime.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
It took. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is the reason. Also the internet, but like. It's a combination of the two. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is like, hey, do you like this? Do you? No, fuck you. Like, I just.
Like how I got into anime. I've said this probably before. Is like, I saw Cole playing like a Naruto game. And was like,
Of
oh,
course.
that looks cool, and then got into
Read to
it.
Boruto. I almost bought a Dragon Ball game once. I'm glad I didn't. Mostly because those games actually aren't very good.
Yeah.
No, because if there's a game and it's anime, there's a good chance it isn't good. A very big chance it isn't. He says, looking at his copy of All Star Battle, very, very pointingly. I'll write about that soon.
And on that note, with Reidy's empty promises, we will bid you
Blame
farewell.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
We will
It
bid you
did this to
farewell
me.
for this episode of Trash Talk. So again, apologies for the technical difficulties because Reidy's audio has been cutting in and out the whole time.
Oh, has it? Brilliant. You could have fucking told me.
Yeah, but that would have made too much sense. And
Brilliant.
we'll try and sort it out for next time.
Cool. Well, yeah.
So yeah, follow Reidy at Phantom Door on Twitter, and I'm at
Sure.
I still haven't come up with a name to change it on Twitter.
If you want to see me talk about JoJo that hasn't been animated, go there.
But mostly
I'll still be talking about it vaguely then. Yeah, retweets of JoJo shit mostly. Yeah. Bye.